Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Jose. I'm your host today. This is for the meetup of Airbnb for Investors, San Diego. Today, what we want to do is we want to answer the question about how to make passive income if you do not own a property. Okay, so that's the question today. That's what we want to talk about today. So first, welcome everyone. I want to introduce my beautiful coworker who is going to be with me tonight. She's the panelist. She's Mary. Mary, are you there?
I am here. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Okay. Today we have a small crowd, but even though it's going to be even better because we are going to be able to talk exactly to the things that you want to know. So let's start with this. Let's walk a little bit about why you're here. Remember, probably you're starting with your Bnbvestor, with your Bnb business, and actually you want to know how to expand your business, how to make it bigger, how to make it grow. And the idea is that sometimes you have all of this desire of make it bigger, but hey, you know what? Sometimes you just do not have the money to buy a new property and then list it on Airbnb. So what we want to do now is we want to tell you how to start with a little money or even no money, and then grow from there. Okay, so what we're going to use is this tool is Bnbvestor, and it's a great tool to make analysis and learn a little bit more about the VFB market. So right now we have, I want to tell you a little bit more about um, the evolution that this short-term rentals market have had in the United States. And even though if we go back just for, let's say about a year, okay, it was on October last year, there were 603,000 properties listed on Airbnb, but today we even have almost 1 million properties. Then it shows how much the industry is growing. Okay, remember right now the sharing economy is what everyone is talking about, and there's a reason for that. So, but let's focus a little bit more now in just California, okay? Because okay, learning about the whole United States is one thing, but what about my neighborhood? What about our place? So right now there are 167,000 listings in California, and actually I just want to go a little bit to dig a little bit deeper and go to San Diego. There are several ways for me to go to San Diego and check a little bit more. Even just I have some graphics here. Check a little bit more about the number of hosts and the type of properties that they are in the market. But let's check out directly if I want to go to San Diego. Can go for a region, for example, and let's say, you know what? I'm sorry about this. And let's check the city, okay, of San Diego. Click on apply, let's go there. Now, what you've seen before, okay, and here we have it in the map, it's that everything is color-coded, okay? Meaning now I'm gonna be able to learn what places, what are the areas that have more listings, and even if I want to learn even more than just listings, I can check out all of the properties that there are in the market, not only by listings, but by number of listings, but by revenue, occupation, and there are so many things that I need as information, as data for me to take decisions later on. So right now I'm in San Diego, okay? That's a good thing. So what I want to do now is I want to show you numbers, okay? Let me show you some numbers right now. Let's go at the bottom here. Let's start with this. Right now, there are 8,944 properties listed in Airbnb. If those properties, they have an average daily rate of $164. Okay, and the occupancy is an average of 71%. That what brings me is that usually a property that is listed on Airbnb is going to give you revenue of $3,500 a month. Okay. Now, this number is going to be very important for me because when I compare that number to the regular rentals that there are in San Diego, I'm going to find that usually rentals are about $2,000. So it means that I have basically $1,500 more in revenue if I put the property in the Airbnb market. Okay, now, how do I come up with this? Okay, now I want to show you numbers so you can see everything in the market. And the most important thing is that you need to make sure that you're doing a strong analysis, okay, a property analysis. That's what we're gonna be doing right now. So what I'm showing you here right now, it's every green dot that you see there is gonna be the regular rentals. If I want to remove them, I want to see just the B&B properties that are listed, or the properties that are listed on Airbnb, just there are all of the red dots. Okay, good. Now, what do I need to do here? Let's check all of this market. Okay, let's start with this. Once that I'm in San Diego, I want to check places. Let's go to places. And let's see what are the zip codes that actually have a bigger additional revenue. What is the additional revenue? That is a concept that we need to talk about. Now, let's go back and let's put it this way. Remember that I was telling you about the difference that there is when you have a property in a regular rental and then you put it on Airbnb. Well, that difference is actually the additional revenue, okay? We express it as a percentage. Now, it is going to be like this. Let's put it this way. If a regular property is listed for, let's say, $1,000, but in average, the property would make $2,000 when you put it on Airbnb, then it means that the property actually have $100 in additional revenue, okay? Now, let's check. When I go into zip codes, I want to check what are the zip codes that actually they are gonna make me more money, okay? When I listed by additional revenue. And there are a lot, of course, even I can see that this zip code, the first one that I have here, it's 92,109. There are a lot of listings there. And as you can see, the additional revenue is pretty interesting. Now, I can see also that the occupation, it's 68%. It means that from the 30 days that a month have, the property is usually listed for 68%. It would be somewhere around 20 days in a month, okay, basically. Yeah, well, 19, 20 days. That's what it's telling us, okay? So the additional, the average daily rate, ADR, is the amount of money in average that the host is going to be asking for the property, okay? So we have it in 254. So when I multiply the average daily rate by the occupation, that's how I come up with the revenue. Now remember, I'm going to have this number, and I'm going to compare it with the regular rental, and that's how I come up with the additional revenue here, the percentage of the potential additional revenue. There are several zip codes that I would like to check a little bit more. I want to dig deeper on them. But first, I want to invite you. So if you have any questions, if you want to learn a little bit more, just go ahead, let me know. You have the Q&A forum, and also you have the chat. Mary is going to be taking care of the chat. She's going to be letting me know when you have any questions or you want me to explain something else a little bit more. Let's check here. I see that there's something in the chat. Oh, of course, Mary is just telling you that, please go ahead and ask us any question that you have. The idea is for all of us to learn a little bit more and make money with the business, okay? That's the whole idea. So I want to point out some of the zip codes that we have so we can make some analysis here. Let's see, let's bring, well, let's take this one with 784 listings. It could be interesting. All I need to do is just click on top of it, okay? I'm going to remember some of the zip codes that we've sent here just to go back later on and actually check them out, okay? So first, when the things that I'm gonna be able to see in the zip code, well, actually this is an interesting zip code, is, well, basically just right there in the shore, okay? So now take a look into this. This would be the rental index. Now what we have here is the number of listings that there are, the type of properties that you can find there, and well, the number of hosts that you will find there. This is important information, of course. Again, I want you to focus on the information that we can find here down below. And here that we're going to be able to find this. So first is that there are 649 properties listed through Airbnb, but also we have almost 300 properties that are in the regular rental business, okay? Remember, this number is important because what we want you to remember today is that you don't have to buy the property to list it through Airbnb. You can just rent it out and then list it on Airbnb. That is going to be a very good way for you to start your business and even to make it grow, okay? If we told you how many people is doing the business that way right now, you would be surprised. Actually, well, I think that I don't have to just let it, like make a sales line, something like that there. I want to show you numbers. So that's the whole point. Okay. So at the same time, what I'm going to do here is I want to compare the information that we're giving you. Excuse me, Mary, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. Suzanne says the call is a little bit choppy. She can't hear the audio well. Maybe if you can maybe sustain or maybe fix a little bit your mic. It sounds like a little noise in the back. And also, Thirizu is asking, what's the whole idea of this meeting? If you could explain a little bit.
Okay. I hope that you can hear me a little bit better now. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what the idea is. The idea is to make some analysis through some of the zip codes that are in San Diego, and then so you can start your business in a strong way. We're using Bnbvestor as a tool to let you know more about how the market works and how you can start your business. And of course, well, we do work with this software, but again, the idea is to create a strong community and well, make money. Okay, that's the whole idea. Remember, sharing economy is helping one another. Okay, basically. Um, I really hope that the mic is working a little bit better.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So again, what I was telling you before is that right now we are in the zip code 92107. Okay. So let's pay attention to this. There are basically 300 properties that are currently for rent in that zip code. What I want to do, or what I would like to do, is just check which of those properties are going to work. They are going to be working in, or they're going to be having a great performance if I put it on Airbnb. Basically, that's what I want to do. And the best way to do it would be like this. First, well, the system, as you can see, here we have not only the option to make all of the searches and all of that, but actually we have another part of the system that is called Dealfinder. I already have it open here. Let's check it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the zip code that we were talking about. It was 92. If I'm not mistaken, this is the zip code. Okay. Let's see. Just wait a little bit until the system refreshes. Okay, let me check. Okay, no, I was mistaken. Not 09, but 07. I'm sorry about it. Okay, just a small thing. 07. There we go. Okay, it's close, but not the same. Okay, so first, what I want to do is this. Here I have active rentals. There are 299. The average daily rate is $70, and the occupation is going to be 97%. Okay, of course, if I rent a property in the regular, in the by the regular rental, usually people rent the property for the whole month, of course. But when you put the property for rent, that property is not rented like immediately. Usually you need a few days until finally the listing, it is taken. So occupation, it's going to be about 97% because we want to quantify that, okay? So the revenue is going to be a little bit over the $2,000, okay? Now let's go back. Just for a second, I want to show you, I'm sorry about going back and forward, but that's the best way for me to show you what we're doing right here. Okay, so if you check here, the numbers are exactly the same. Regular, $299, and $2,6,400 in revenue, okay? Now, remember that I told you that you would be making more money if you put the property in Airbnb. Now, let's go back and let's check about properties that are currently active in the market, okay, and that would be a great deal for me. So here you have some of the properties. I can see additional revenues. Well, some of the revenues are extremely high, like 600%, 500%. Usually that's because when we're dealing with properties, with numbers of properties, for example, here, this is a 5-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, okay? The system compares not only the property with exactly properties like that one, but when the property has more than 4 bedrooms, they are all in the same category, okay? So that's why the numbers could be a little bit off. Later on, we are gonna be able to clear all of those out a little bit. So let me check. Let's scroll down. Let's find a property that we can work on. Okay, so here we have this one. Okay, it is listed for basically $1,200. Okay, and I can see the revenue the potential revenue that I can get is almost twice. Okay, now as much. Okay, if I would put it on Airbnb, that if I have it in regular rentals. To make sure that the numbers are correct, what I can do is I have all of the comparables so I can check them out, okay? So for example, right here, I have this property. It is listed for $1,200, as I was saying before. What I want to do is I want to compare them with regular rentals that are, those rentals, those properties that are regular rentals, they are currently for rent or they have been rented for at some point in the last 12 months, exactly. Okay, that's the way for me to compare them. And then I'm gonna be able to compare them also with some of the properties that I may have in the VNB market, okay? I wanna make sure that, for example, if the property in this case is 2 bedroom and 1 bath, okay, I'm gonna be able to, well, I can select all of the properties, or I just can, I can make sure to select, to pick the ones that I want. Okay, once I have done this, I can click on calculate here, and this is gonna bring me how much the property would be making and how much the additional revenue would be based on whatever it is the property listed for. Okay, so in this case, for example, the property is listed for $1,200, but the additional revenue that I can be making is a lot more. Okay, let me go back. Let's see if I can find another property, another example. It's important for you to have different examples so you can see what we can do here. Okay, or even if we can check another zip code. Let's try to find some of the things that we can do. Remember, if you have any questions or if you want me to check one specific zip code, that maybe the one that you live in or the one that you think that can be working for you, well, just give me numbers and we can go straight for that. And I'm sorry about it. Okay. In any case, let's try to go for another zip code. Okay. Let's go and search. Actually, you know what? Let's, instead of coin and I think that we have this zip code here, 92117. Okay. Let's check it out. Well, here we have properties in the DMV market, but also we have properties in the regular market. Okay, let's check it out when we see it from the deal finder. Okay, let's check here. Okay. Again, let me go back just to make sure that we are dealing exactly with the same information. So here I have it. Regular rentals, 190. Usually, if you put the property in regular rentals, okay, so it would be a little bit more than 2,100. But what happened if I make a strong analysis on the property and I want to compare whatever you can make with the regular rental with the how much money you can be making if you put it on VMB, okay, on Airbnb in this case. Okay, let's go with the first one. Okay, this property, well, as I told before, it looks crazy high, the numbers, but let's check it out. So this one is a 4 bathrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. Let's click on the website. Oh, I forgot about this before. This is an important thing, okay? Because what we want to show you is that, well, the properties are actually in market right now, okay? Let me see just for a moment. When you click on website, you're going to be taken to a specific of the property and you can learn a lot more about it. For example, in this case, this property, it's for rent for $825 a month. Okay, the property is for rent, is actually pet friendly, and even this property is furnished. Okay, it means that if you want to start the business right away, you're going to be able to do it. Okay, so there are great advantages about doing this. Okay, it's a room for rent, but also you have, if you want, there are the options to rent the entire place. Okay, I'm sorry about it. Let me go back to Dealfinder. Okay, so here we have the information about the property. Here we have what the numbers are. What are the average daily rate when the property is compared to regular rentals, and when the property is compared to whatever short-term rentals there are in the area. what is the occupancy, and what the revenue could be. So now, if you want to check all of the numbers, well, again, here we have it. We have all of the properties are 4.2s. Okay, so that's something that I want to keep. I can select all of the properties and click on calculate just to make sure. Here we have exactly the same number that we had before. This is the amount of money that I can be making with the property. But if I go through the comparables, okay, in Airbnbs, now remember what I there when you see so many properties in the Airbnb in the same area, it means that this property is great business. Okay, whatever you put there is gonna be rented. Okay, you're gonna have your listing is could be blooming. So now, whatever the important thing here is to make sure that the numbers are gonna be pretty similar to the one that you're gonna be rented. You're gonna be renting. Excuse me. So here we have it, 4.2s. Again, here we have another 4.2. Then, okay, it looks like even though we have a lot of properties in the area, not all of them, or basically just 4 of them are exactly in the same category of 4.2. Okay, now let me click on calculate. Let's see the numbers. And it's not bad at all. Okay, so the amount of money that you can be making when you put the property in Airbnb is a lot higher. You can be making 8,500. Okay, and remember that what you're paying for the regular rental, the regular rental would be $3,800 a month. Okay, that's the way that we want to make all of this analysis. Okay, now,
Jose, we have a
Mary, is there any
question.
question?
Yes, we have a
Mhm.
question there. Three is asking, she doesn't understand the price difference between the IDR for regulars and BNBs. What does the difference mean and why such a big difference?
Okay, let me go back. Let's see. Okay, let's take another property here. Probably this one could work. Okay. Now let's start with this. She was asking about the average daily rate. What is there? Why there is a big difference, right? 30. Thank you for your question. Okay, let me address to this question. Remember, in this case, let me put it this way: the average daily rate for a regular rental, is whatever the homeowner of the property decides to ask for when is listing the property for rent. Okay, usually the amount of money that people ask is based on comparables in the area. So you need to remember something. When someone decides to put a property for rent, then they do not want to make a short-term rental business. So that is going to be an opportunity for you to go ahead and approach them and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to rent the property in a rental in a regular way for you, like the regular rental, the whole month, and we can make a contract about it. But what I want to do is I want to sublease. Okay, I want to list it through Airbnb, but no problems. I'm gonna make sure that first you're gonna have your money every month on time, that the property is going to be taken care of, is going to be well maintained, is going to be is not going to be having a big deterioration, like it's going to be wearing off, like there's going to be too much damage to the property, because the use that a property has when it's rented for short-term rentals is not the same that someone who is living there the whole month. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits for you to have the property rented for me to me, and then I put it on Airbnb, because the property is going to be a way of business for me. So I want to have it as beautiful as you know, as perfect as possible. Okay, but let's go back for a second. Let me go back. Let's check. Let's see if I can check another zip code for a moment. I think I'm gonna go with the one that we have on top. Okay. Again, I'm going to repeat the idea that I was telling you before. So remember, first, the average daily rate is if someone decides to put the property listed for rent. Okay, for example, let's say that they ask, I don't know, let's say 200,000. Excuse me, $2,000 a month. Okay, that's what they are asking for. The average daily rate for regular rental is going to be exactly that amount divided in 30 days. Okay, so that specific amount, the average daily rate for regular rental, okay, the one that we have here is the amount of whatever they are asking for on the property divided by 30 days. And the average daily rate for a VNB, okay, that varies. Okay, the whatever you ask for a property in Airbnb daily it's well, it has variations. Okay, it depends on the day, if it is a weekend or seasonality. There are so many things that can make you change the amount of money that you ask for daily. Okay, but of course we can tell you a little bit more on how to calculate the average daily rate on or how much you're going to be asking for in a specific date. But the most important thing for you is to, when you have the gross numbers, okay, we can analyze it in that way. So here we have, for example, the property that we're looking at right now. It has average daily rate for regular rental is 167. If you put the property in Airbnb, usually people ask for daily for that property $340. Okay, and the occupation, of course, the occupation is going to be bigger for, or is going to be higher for regular rentals because, well, the property is occupied basically for the whole month. But when the property is in the Airbnb market, in the short-term rental market, the occupation is is less. Okay, it's basically is not that as big as when you have it on the regular rentals. But the numbers, as you can see, okay, most of the time they work on your favor. Okay, of course, it could be a gamble if you take any property, you put it on Airbnb, and they just say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna be making money, a lot of money every single month. Okay, it could happen the other way. Okay, it could happen that you could be losing money. So that's why if an investor, if a homeowner doesn't know the information, doesn't make the proper analysis before listing the property on Airbnb, then, well, you know, that's something that you need to take advantage of and make the strong analysis and then look for business. I hope that the answer is there. Mary, is there any other question?
Apparently now you're being crystal clear, Monique. Apparently had to leave. She says that thank you very much for the information. She says that she'll be in touch with you.
Thank you, Monique. Okay, well, let's go back just for, let's say, we can check one more zip code, the one that we're looking at right now, 92109. Let's look for any of the properties here.
We have a zip code request 94015 if you have the chance.
Let's go directly. 94.
015.
Thank you. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm making the search not only in the deal finder to find properties that could be rented right now for rent right now, but also and I'm making the same search on the Bnbvestor system. Okay, take a look into this. Usually for this zip code, the additional revenue is in 78%. Okay, the regular rentals make about $3,000 a month. But if you put the property on Airbnb, you could be making about $5,400. Okay, so now let's check a little bit more. If you want to learn, for example, about how the seasonality in this specific zip code works, so here we have it. You can take a look at, of course, and let's go for the occupation. Wow, it looks like this zip code is busy, is occupied all year long. Okay, so if you want to start a business in this area, the best moment to do it would be somewhere around November or even December, because after that all you have is just high numbers. Okay, so the occupancy rates are extremely high here, so it looks like this is a great place to be doing business. Okay, if you want to learn a little bit more about what are the best rentals, here you have like exactly what are the properties that the type of properties that are being rented more often through Airbnb. So here we have that the house with one bedrooms is the one that is usually the one that has more demand. Okay. And if you want to learn about, for example, Host, people that is making a lot of money right now through Airbnb, here we have it. Okay. And these are real examples. Okay. So now let's look a little bit closer to one of them. So here we have Jer. He has 3 listings. Okay. He is the revenue that he's invoicing about uh, $5,600 a month. Okay, and he has a rental cost. Okay, of basically $3,000 per property. Okay, the potential additional revenue that he's making with the 3 properties that he has is basically $7,800 a month. If you want to check any of the properties that he has, all you need to do is just click on any of them. Okay, and we're gonna be looking into the Airbnb page directly. So here we have it. Okay, now let's go back for a moment. Okay, and let's go to the deal finder. Okay, um, in the zip code that you requested, okay, the 9415, basically, we have 137 active rentals. Okay, so remember, basically they ask for about $3,000 a month. Okay, so what we do here is we look for properties that could be great for business. Okay, let's pick any of them. What about let's if you remember, not so long ago we were saying that houses with one bathrooms were good in the business. So this one is just like that. Okay, let's check if the property is still available. It is not. I'm sorry about it. We need to take this one off. This one is single family. Let's see how this one works. So here we have the regular rental comparables. Okay, now these are the listing prices for the property. This one is listed for almost $4,000 a month. Okay, and all of the properties that are in the area, they look like basically the same thing. Okay, now, but let's check about the short-term rental comparables that we have in the area. Okay, um, I'm going to select them all, but I'm going to uncheck the one that says that have 3 bathrooms. Okay, and I want to click on calculate so I can get what the BNB value would be and how much is the additional revenue. Okay, so here I have 75% of the additional revenue, and what I can be making with this property is almost $7,000 a month. Okay, so it looks like it could be a good business here. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about it. As you can see, when I clicked on the website of the property, I could see that the property is actually for rent. I can see all of the information here. If I want to learn a little bit more, even if I want to see to look at pictures, I'm gonna be able to do it. Okay. Also, but at the same time, going back into the deal finder, if I want to check any of the properties that are in my comparables, okay, in Airbnb, all I need to do is just click on top of the information of the property, and this is going to open the Airbnb page there, right for me, and it's going to give me information on that property that it was selected before. Okay, so for example, right now the property is being listed for $220 a month. Excuse me, the night. Okay, this would be the, remember, when I add up all of the amount of money they are asking for nightly in a week. Okay, that would be, and divided for the number of days of the week, I have the average daily rate. Okay. Is there any other question, Mary?
No, apparently so far so good.
Well, guys, I want you to remember that it's extremely important for us to create a community. Remember, sharing economy is about coming together and helping each other. So we're going to be having webinars every month. Okay, the idea is to focus on a specific topic for the webinar and develop it and learn from it. We're going to be talking soon about, let's say, sunning, or even how to increase your occupation on the property, or what about, let's say, regulations, or how to decorate the property in the best way possible. Okay, those are a lot of things that we want to focus on. The whole idea is for you to come in, let us know what you want us to talk about in the next webinar, and that way we can grow from your opinion and of course with you.
Jose, you have one final question. You're looking at it right now.
Let's put it this way, okay, about what thin okay, wait, if I rented, will I be posting the listing or the owner? Well, if you rent the property, let me put it this way, okay? When you contact, in this case, I want to contact Cora D, okay? This is the homeowner right now, okay? This is the person that I need to contact in order for me to rent the property from her, and then I'm gonna put it on Airbnb, okay? So the one that is gonna be listing the property in Airbnb is gonna be me, okay? Because I'm making the business right now. Okay, I want to keep the profit. That's the truth. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm looking for ways to get more listings, get more properties in my belt. Okay, let me go back to the Bnbvestor page. and I want to be inspired by the people that I'm showing you right here. Okay, like Ethan, like John, like Bo, like Kawika, or any of them. Okay, that right now they have 3 listings, but I'm sure that they want to have more. Okay, they could be making 500 $5,000 a month, 600 six $6,000 a month, or even $7,000 a month, but they want to do more. Okay, of course, they are not going to be buying all of those properties. Probably not. Okay, because actually, you know what? You could just go in, rent the property, try to make the profit from it, and later on, if you decide that you don't want the property later on, that you want to change location, that you want to move or anything like that, just give the property back, and then you can move your business somewhere else. Okay, so this is you trying to make the best possible things for your business and your growth. Okay, I hope that this answers the question. I really hope that the way that I'm answering the questions are, like logical for you. Like I'm trying to be crystal clear. But anyways, let me invite you to something. Okay, if you want to learn more, if you want to be taken like by the hand, let's put it this way, okay, and guided a little bit more into the software, into the system, into the analysis that you can be making, you can take a demo. Okay, it's an online demo on Bnbvestor. Okay, this is the tool that we use. It's great for someone who is actually trying to make their way through short-term rentals. Okay, Mary, I'm gonna be asking you, please post our social media. Okay, it's at Bnbvestor. Also, the ways that you can contact us. Okay, you can contact us at bnbvestor@gmail.com, or we have a phone number 888-349-5368. Please go ahead. You can just call us and request for a demo. And we have one of our wonderful customer service reps answering the questions, and guiding you through the system. Okay, now I'm going to log out for a moment, okay, on the system. Now, the way that you can see that I'm already out of my account is because automatically this information is locked, okay? So if you want to learn, for example, if you want to make a search, yes, you're going to be able to do it. But then if you want to learn a little bit more, all you need to do is just click there, and automatically you can see what are the plans and how you can do it. Okay, so Bnbvestor is a system that is available worldwide. Okay, you're going to be able to see short-term rentals information data basically in almost every country in the world. But of course, there are some of the countries that are even more important for this business. So like the United States. And then we're going to be offering information like in the active regular rentals, the way that we are doing right now. Now, if you want the system for the whole United States, it's going to be $99 a month. It's a great price, okay? Or you can have it for just one state. If you want to have it for one state, it's going to be $79 a month. If you can, even though that you can have the system monthly, okay? If you want to go for a yearly subscription, you can do that, and we're going to have a special promotion that you have 2 months for free. You only pay for 10 months, okay? So it's going to be $990 a year for the whole country in this case. But if you want to have it for just one state, it's going to be $7 $190. Okay. Okay. Okay, Mary, do we have any other questions, or we're gonna wrap it up for until next webinar?
Apparently, you've been clear. I don't see any further questions.
Well, guys, thank you so much for attending. I hope to see you next time. It's been a pleasure for me and for Mary sharing this time with you. Okay. Have a great evening, a great night. See you next time. And again, thank you so much for attending.